Elijah and the bears. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city. Of course, some people try to say they're just young adults. But anyways, let's go ahead. And mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head, which makes no sense. And he turned back, and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tare 40 and 2 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. Now, okay, when they say, Go up, thou bald head, go out, thou bald head, they're referring to Elijah. If you've read the Bible, you remember he got taken up by chariots of fire into heaven, and Elisha takes his place. And it's basically what they're mocking his what you call it, his ordainship. Basically, they're mocking him like that, and of course his bald head. Basically, because baldness is a sign of leprosy. You know, usually the first thing is that a person may go bald, so they're making fun of him for all that. Now, let me ask you this question. I'm going to, instead of going through too much, the Bible Skeptic does a thing on this, Elisha and the bears, and of course there's the Christian. Oh man, he's probably. Well, I'm going to leave a links to them in his video too. The Christian something. I can't remember his name at this very second. But anyways, I'll leave a video to their thing. But basically, God goes full retard. Well, they go full retard and just slaughter all those children. Now think about it. If children or even adults do this, what are you going to do? You're just going to ignore them. A normal person would. You know God will deal with them. Or, of course, you may minister to them. Yeah, they may make fun of you, but at least you tried, right? You try to reach them. Not this guy. He has them killed. And preachers love this verse because they'll tell you, well, this is, you don't make fun of the preacher. You don't question the preacher. You don't question the man of God. They'll say they died because they questioned the man of God. They defamed, blasphemed the man of God. And by blaspheming the man of God, you're blaspheming God himself. See, notice he doesn't pray for them. He doesn't try to set them right. He doesn't pray, ask God for, the words to set these kids or these young adults correct, right? He doesn't do any of that. He doesn't offer them any redemption, any forgiveness, any hope, any of that. Just death immediately. This is a loving God. This is a prophet of a so-called loving God. And if you read this book, you notice a lot of these prophets, a lot of these men of God, these Davids and Solomons, they're all like this. And I know. But that's the Old Testament. Well, I already did a video on that nonsense, and there are so many other videos on YouTube. I'm not going to touch that. It's just stupid. Let's remember, though, God's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That's what your New Testament says. And your Paul says that the entire Bible is for doctrine, reproof, and all this other stuff. So, what part do you turn out? And so your God changed his mind all of a sudden? I thought God doesn't change his mind. If he changed his mind then, how do we know he's not going to change his mind now? 2 she-bears are slaughtered, 42 children of them. And I know, they may not have been children. Go to gotquestions.org. They try to explain this away. There was another website I found. I can't remember the name of it. If I can find it, I'll post a link. At gotquestions.org. They try to explain this away. And this one's I think it's like Bible.org or something like that. Or I think it is Bible.org. But, if I can find it and I remember, because today is Sunday, 9/11, and I'm not going to publish this probably till Tuesday. It's amazing, this Bible. If anybody else wants to do Bible verses, because, anybody's better at doing this nonsense than I am. I suck at making videos. But those of you who actually know what you're doing, this is a treasure trove. You can make thousands of videos. And of course, if you're better than I am, which, how can you not be, you'll make some decent cash. You'll get clicks on your videos. They'll watch your videos. My videos don't get too many views because I suck. But, that doesn't matter. And of course, I just want to touch on this now because I've heard this complaint on some other people's channels. Like a lot of atheists are spending more time talking about social justice warriors now than they are combating religion. And I want to explain real quick why that's happening, for the most part, is that many atheists, they attack Christianity more than anything else. And of course Christians respond by saying, well, why don't you say this stuff about Islam? They're much more violent. At least today in 21st century, I agree with them. Islam is the most violent religion on this planet today. Not every Muslim is violent, but I'm talking about the religion itself. And and these terrorists, you can say, well, they're not following Islam, blah, 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 whatever. Guess what? They're following their holy book to the T. They're doing what their holy book tells them to do. It's just like if the Christians of old, they were following this book as it told them when it came to slavery and all this nonsense. But anyways, here's what's going on. People like Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris, they attack Islam. And also Christopher Hitchens. And what happens? The social justice warriors immediately calls them Islamophobes. They will defend Islam. They don't care about all the people being murdered by Islam. They will defend Islam like they're a race. You're Islamophobic. You're a racist. But they're Christophobic because they don't mind attacking Christianity. But they won't attack Islam. They'll say, well, Christianity is still the worst religion. No, it is not. Islam today is the worst religion. But anyways, they call them, Islamophobes. They attack them. And then whenever any of these atheists decide to attack Islam, they immediately be called Islamophobe. And then, well, Christianity, like, hey, idiots, they're atheists. They don't believe in the existence of any gods. Not just the Christian God, but the Muslim God. All of them. And I already did a video, the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim God, they're not the same. I already did a video on that. You can watch that if you wish. You will learn a lot if you do, because I give you a lot of quotes in this book. So that's why they attack social justice warriors, because the social justice warriors want to defend Islam. They don't mind attacking Christianity because they're Christophobic, but they will not attack Islam. Why does Islam get, special status? Maybe because both Islam and social justice warriors hate free speech. Maybe that's it. There's actually even a book entitled "Must We Defend the Nazis?" Yes, there is a book like that, written by a social justice warrior, because this guy loves the way the Nazis suppressed free speech. Not to mention the fact the Nazis and Hitler were social justice warriors. Read their books, read their works, listen to what they said. Hitler was. But he wanted to have control over the economy, the businesses, these corporations. He blamed the Jews for all the problems, like social justice wars blaming white men. Hitler was a nasty, disgusting person. What do you want to be like? I'm going to do a video on that later on. I don't want to get into too much about the social justice wars, how evil they are. But, that's mainly the thing. People get sick of it, And if you read this Bible, it's full of horrible, nasty stuff. And go to the Quran Reloaded. It's by Hugo and Jake. They also do the Bible Reloaded. The Quran Reloaded is just as nasty as the Bible. And I'm sure they were getting attacked by these social justice warriors. Is why they all of a sudden came out. Now all of a sudden Hugo and Jake are talking about these social justice warriors. It gets a little annoying, I know. But, it has to be done. Remember, people gave Hitler a free pass at first. They thought he was just a clown. That all the Nazis, they're just clowns. They're meaningless. And then, of course, what happened? The economy collapsed, and these clowns were taken seriously. And 50 million people died. 13 million in concentration camps. Do we want that to happen again? Do we want more deaths? Remember, some of these social justice warriors have said we should wipe out most men, that just 90% of men, or put them in camps that they get checked out like a book. Yeah, you can find these videos on YouTube. And some of them will say, oh, we're just kidding, we're just joking. Yeah, that's the best way to say your beliefs is by hiding behind jokes. It'd be like if I say I want to put all blue people, exterminate all blue people. Oh, I'm just kidding. I like blue people. I got some blue friends. And I'm using blue because, I don't want to mention any other ethnicity because I just don't want to do that. No race or gender is better than another. And come on. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. And, and the Bible is a treasure trove of atrocities. And so is the Quran. You may ask why I don't do the Quran. First thing I would have to do is read the Quran, and I had it more. I took Middle Eastern studies when I was at college, so I learned quite a bit. I am part Iranian, and I have a lot of Iranian relatives, so I know a decent amount about their religion. But I have to actually read the Quran in order to pick out verses to criticize. Anyways, hope you like, subscribe, for free to comment, and anything else. Thanks. Or watch any of my other videos.